Dino, Pandit Beta, my dear brother Anandji, my dear Bhaiya Mahesh, Sateshji, and all you loving devotees who took the time to come to Mandil and engage in Satsangh. It is not going to benefit the Mandil, but benefit yourselves. As we know for a fact, at this moment, the world has been experiencing difficulties. It says that whatever comes along in our way, as a devotee of God, we should never stop praying because prayers can move mountains. Today, as we are about to begin Katha, I take you to the golden pages of the Shubhram, which we will listen to take you straight to the place called Kailash. In Mount Kailash, Bhagwan Shankar and Parvati Devi beautifully seated as they are enjoying company. Mother Parvati and Bhagwan Shankar, they are enjoying that moment. And likewise, sometimes as all of us, we have our busy schedule. We're working, we're going to school, we're doing several activities. It says that everyone will make sure they spend some time with their family. And while they're enjoying that moment, and this reflects in your life also, sometimes you will prepare beautiful dinner, everyone will sit at the table, or you will choose to do some sort of activities as family, watching a nice movie, playing some games or whatever. And what will happen? Sometime while you're sitting there, you will get sleepy, and maybe you will do something else. How much of you, when you sit down on your board, what you do? Tonight, Katha will tell you clearly, loving devotees and friends. In this instant, Lord Shiva turned to Parvati Devi with love in his eye and his speak. I want to ask you, husband who are here, have you ever looked in the eyes of your wife and speak to them? Have you ever looked in the eyes of an individual and speak? Tonight you will learn something. It says when you're talking to someone and they're looking all over the place, just stop up. Because they're not paying attention. When your husband or wife or children come forward, and when you're speaking to them, and they're not looking, they're looking all over the place, you know. Some people like to dig and scratch and, playing, do all kind of crazy thing. That tells you, action speaks louder than words. Loving devotees. The Lord looked in the eyes of Parvati Devi with love. And what he says that, O Parvati, at this moment I will leave, and it is time for me to go back to my duties of life. Do you understand what the Katha says? Everyone have our duty, but we should never fail to sit down and spend some time with one another. Long ago we spent time at our puja room. Do you still have puja room? They call it altar, a little shelf. Sometimes you have it there as ornament. 11 years from now, if I come back, they will worth a lot of money. Today, when I went into the Shiva Mandil, it brings back memories in my mind when I was youth going to Mandil. That same Bhagwan Shankar sit there. There are many things we have done in this Mandil. Today, we know for a fact as child growing up in this Mandil, we have never done something wrong because in our mind we say, you know what? God is looking. But my question here today, do you think God only looks in Mandil? God is looking everywhere. And loving devotees and friends, the Lord says, will you follow me? I am about to perform meditation, tapasya. Does this sound familiar? You will invite your neighbors and friends, you will tell your own family, your children, we have Satsangh roadside Mandil tonight. Let's go. What they will say. Loving devotees and friends, tonight, Bhagwan Shankar, as we pray to him, it says that everyone will worship him in the form of the lingam. He will bless us with many things that we want in life. But devotees, remember, when he blesses us, he is a person who is very, very easy to please. When he gives us easily, he can take it back. Very easy come, easy goes. What it says, that every devotee will go at the Shiva Lingam. We still have the lingam in their yard next to the Karna. But we always have a little lingam outside in the yard. And we will make our jal or perform abhishek. We were very poor, we could not afford to get milk to drink. But we offer what to the Divine Lord? we offer, but Bhagavad Gita says, Patram Pushpam Palam Tuyam. We go, we offer flowers, we offer water, and what we say, loving devotees and friends, these are the words. Har Har Jai Shankara, Om Har Har. What do you call yourself? I am a bhakta. I am a bhakt, a devotee. Huh? Do you know the purpose? Do you know the responsibility? Do you know the qualification? Do you know the characteristic of a devotee? Loving devotees and friends, it says a devotee will only portray something that calls sincerity, divinity, which brings us to be very humble, no matter what we have in life. Man will have ego, no matter where or who we are. But as a devotee, we will have to learn to control ourselves. Once you control your mind, mati kare to Abhimanani. What? Monday. Loving devotees. How we control the mind is when we go, as we clasp our hands. Today, people don't clasp their hands anymore. Modern days, right? It says when we go to our puja room, we clasp our hands. We make offerings with flour. We pour the gel and we say, Om Namah. Goodness. What we say? The prayer changed, right? Om Namah Shivaya. Let me hear you loud. Om Namah Shivaya. You know how you call upon God? Sometimes you tell people Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. If you sit on your house and you call upon Shiva like that, he will go to somewhere else. Om Namah Shivaya. When you want to call upon your children, how you call upon them? Long time. You yell, right? But now when you yell at your child, you're able to say, you know what? I will call. What do you call here? They call something else in America. The child is going through abuse. Loving devotees and friends. Bhagavan Shankar asked Devi Parvati, will you accompany to meditation, to tapasya? The mother smiled and says, me, I'm not going anywhere, but I will stay right here. Does this sound familiar? What you will do as an individual, what you will do as a devotee, you'll say, man, I don't have company with shameful woman here. How that's Anandji. Anandji, when I come to your home in the bicycle and something come up, you say, I'm not going to go today and I'm going to come later. What I do, turn back and go home, right? I go to someone else's home. Who home? And Diva's house. It says that Binu Satsangh Vivekana Hui Ram Kripa Vina. That changed too. What happened, man? Loving devotees and friends. Last Sunday, I bring Katha in explaining about Satsangh. Satsangh can be anywhere. So the Lord chose to remove from Kailash Parvat. He went somewhere else. Today, many of you will say, you know what, I will sit in my mandir home and I will pray. But the Lord teaches that while you are in your mandir home, there is a better place for us to go pray. If you don't feel comfortable in your mandir, something is wrong. Loving devotees and friends. It says when you go to your puja room, you go to the altar, you go to the mandir. When you sit there, you don't pay mind to anything else. But you focus your mind to Paramatma, Paramdevi. You pray. Well, why do you come to mandir? Is it because Pandit come? Ajbaji invited me? No. We all came to mandir here tonight to receive the darshan, the blessings. How we receive the blessings is by praying. And loving devotees and friends, many of us, we will invite our friends to go to satsang. And what they will do? They will make all kinds of excuses. All kinds of strange things will happen. One time, somebody said, you know what? The mother sick, bad, but this time, mother fully faith, eating in the kitchen and stuff, right? The next time, what will happen? The mother will say, Bhagavad true. We should never make excuse wrongfully when it comes to satsang. Speak true. You know, when I ask Sateshji, are you going to make it to satsang? He will tell me, no, he's not going to make it Sunday morning because he knows the katha. He does not need to be in America to learn our scripture. Love devotees. He'll make sure he said, Panditji, I'll come this day and he will show up. As you live life today like this, you should never make false promises. Panditji says you will be here. All of you says you fulfill your promises. Loving devotees and friends, it says for such who cannot fulfill the promise, this gentleman will have to come back again in doing so. So whenever we ask people to go to mandir, puja place, mass church, they will have a whole big bag of mango, right? Huh? They will have a whole big bag of excuse. So Parvati Devi refused to go with Lord and she stayed alone. in Mount Kailash. Have you ever sit down and say, you know what? I want to be by myself. Have you ever think like that? I want to stay by myself. Sometimes we fed up to be amongst people. Especially in America, there's so much things going on. People aggravate you, people make you get frustrated, people make you get angry. You want to drift away from people and be by yourself. But loving devotees and friends, it says that when you be alone, something will happen, you will go crazy. And I will tell you how you go crazy. Have you ever seen somebody sit down by themselves and never talk by themselves? Have you ever seen somebody walking on the street, they're talking by themselves? If you're talking to people and they don't listen to you, speak to yourself, because that is how we speak to God. Do you believe that or what? If you walk on the road and you talk by yourself or you sing by yourself, people look like you're going crazy. They have all kind of medication out for mad people. You don't have to go to Kanji Bridge anymore. Loving devotees and friends, it says that sometimes we want to drift away from the house where there is frustration, where there is problem. And the saints and sages will choose the same thing, not to go to anywhere where there is a lot of activities, but they will choose to go to the forest for tapasya and meditation. So Parvati Devi Mata, she stood there in Kailash, and now Bhagwan Shankar went, just like when you tell your husband, let's go mandir, he will say, you go pray, and I will stay home. I believe in one thing, a family who prays together will stay together. Tonight you know why we're separating in relationship. Loving devotees, as the Divine Mother sits down there, her mind is where Bhagwan Shankar is. But it is too late. So now she don't have anything to do. In Kailash, there's no TV. In Kailash, there's no internet service. So she don't have anything to do. And at this moment, the Divine Mother sits down idly. And this will remind you, sometimes you sit down idly. You know, Blackwood was holding to the way you do. So now you rub your hand like this, dig your head like this, you scratch, you walk back to front, people say like you're going crazy today, right? You're bored. The Divine Mother, same thing. She stood there, and what she did, she started to rub her skin. She started to rub. And have you ever rubbed your skin after you bathe and you see some stuff come out? The same way cleaner. Loving devotees, as the mother started to rub her skin, when she looked, there's a pile. There's a mounting of whatever the dirt or the dead skin or whatever you want to call it. There's a bundle's flame in front. And what she did, she does not have anything to do at all. Have you ever went to the beach and you pick up the mud and you start to put it together like this? You start to put a little eye, face. When you go to the beach to do Ganga Puja, do you take Shivalingam? You will have your lingam, but you will not choose to do that. Loving devotees, you will take the mud and you make the lingam and you will pray. So the mother, what she did, she put the mop or the silk from the skin, she put it together and she started to mold it into a putni. You know what the putni is? It says, girl will love to play with. What? Modern days, right? That changed. When last you buy a doll, you give a girl. Loving devotees and friends, it says that she put it together and she makes something look like a doll. Long ago, we just buy a doll and give to the baby, the little girl to play with. But nowadays, the boys playing with doll too. What she did, she started to poke eyes and start to carve the body, put it together. And now she created a beautiful, a nice little putni, a little doll. And now she holds that little image in her hand. So now she don't have anybody to speak to. Just like whenever you puja, we energize our murti. And you will understand today how you energize your murti. I would not be here, but your pandits are in this mandil. It says when you go to the store, especially when you go to Mahesh store, right? I'm promoting his business tonight. When you go to Mahesh store, you see the murti, they will have different kinds, different price. This will go for least dollar, medium, maximum. But there are different material make them. Some will be plastic. Can you help me? Plastic, metal, marble powder you have now, concrete. There are different prices. Whatever you choose to buy, I'm not condemning. But when you buy that murti is the material you are buying. So when you bring that murti home and you put that murti on your altar, there is specific mantra you have to recite to sthapana that murti in bringing the prana, the energy into that murti. Long ago people do that, but I don't do nowadays. It says that when you leave your murti all over the place, there is negativities around. It does not have a body, but when you worship a murti where there is no divine energy, negativity will go and sit in that murti. In your mind, you're praying to Bhagavan Shiva or whoever, and then when you have disaster, you say the religion is bad. You throw that murti away and you change religion. Today you understand why your prayers is not answering, right? Another thing, it says that when you have your altar, when you're upgrading murtis, we should never have two of the same murtis at the same place. Panditji, agree or not? We cannot pray to two Shiva at the same time. Bollywood, they have the road. Tonight you come to Mandil, it says if you have the old murti, you love that murti so bad, you will release the energy with a specific mantra. You take that energy out, that murti become the brass or the whatever it make out of, and you place that energy into the new murti. You take that murti, you can donate to someone or disregard in whatever way you feel comfortable. But don't go dump them in the sea like roll up at the seashore. Last week, Sunday, we were at the beach. I called my sister and showed her a Shiva was being washed up to the shore, face the direction, and sit just like I am here. Loving devotees and friends. God will take care of Himself. God does not need us to take care of them. So at this moment, just like we all have been done Pratishta, and with her Drishti, which she blessed with divine power, she invoked the energy into this doll. And listen, what happened at this moment. Om Ganganapati Namo Namah Siddhi Vinayak Namo Namah Ashta Vinayak Namo Namah Ganapati Mahadhyaya. Loving devotees, when last you bow to your mother, for those of you who have your mother alive? Only when you do Jandi, the Pandit will tell you, go arti your mom and dad. Nowadays, young generation, they don't know when arti time comes, what you have to do. Many times I go to places, I don't like to tell people what to do. Can you arti me? How would that feel? Loving devotees. When we do puja, it says we go and we take Mata Deva Baba, we go take the blessings of our earthly God or parents. But we should not take the blessings of our parents only on our jandi or service or puja, whatever. But as a child growing up, every morning you go to school, you should touch the feet of your parents. Kids, how much of you do that? You might go everywhere and have many or a lot of money, but you will not be prosperous. Your mother's blessings is what you need. So have the joy with clasped hands. Sometimes we force and beg people to do that. At that moment, that little boy already knows his duty, and he bowed his head upon the Divine Mother, lotus-like faith. What he says, these are the words he speaks to the Divine Mother. माँ तेरी ममता कितने प्यारे, कितना प्यार जगाती है, सांस सांस की रक्षा करती, पग पग प्राण बचाती है। माँ तेरी ममता for the mother, swas ki raksha karti. You know, Karan Arjun, when they bow to the lotus-like feet of their mother, what they're saying, raksha karo, protect us. When you're leaving the house, you're saying, Mom, protect. But what the child will do? You say, you know what? When they don't have the cell phone and the money and the meals that they requested, they just keep and key, and what they do? You know it better than I do, right? Lovely devotees and friends, this little boy chose to bow at the lotus-like feet of Parvati Devi. And what he says, that what can I do for you, Mom? What is my purpose? And I want to ask you, as a child born, what is your purpose? A child's duty is to serve their cell phone, right? Putting a lot of games and make sure they're entertained. Sarvan Kumar says that he gave up material pleasure. He chose to live his parents, Andi and Anda, where? In a week, right? What's the latest car they have now? Sometimes you bless with the latest car. Ma said, can you take me to the market when we buy some more picnic? What you will say? Ma, I have a meeting, can you wait? Ma, very well. Says that when you make your parents' eye watery, that is something you will never able to fetch. Kids, listen to this katha, because my katha is specially planned for youths, no matter which book it comes from. So, lovely devotees and friends, first thing, this little boy says, what is my duty? What can I do, Ma? And the mother says, you know what? I've been sitting here for hours, and I feel my body is a little sticky, and I want to go and take a shower. Wow. Oh child, can you stay here and protect this place? Because we are the only one here. Now you have fancy window bar, right? But while you're in the window bar, your mind is gentle, here, and there. They did not have fences. They did not have a big house. They did not have windows, but a little hut. And lovely devotees, the mother chose to go and take a bath. While she went to take a bath, she leave that little boy down there to watch and protect this area for nobody to come into that place. While she is about to take the bath, in her mind, you know, sometimes things are running in your mind. You say mind tell you. Sometimes you follow your mind and sometimes you don't. Loving devotees. While she was going and ready to prepare to take bath, something comes in her mind. It says that I leave that little child alone in front of, but I did not give him any sort of protection. When you're big, they go all over the place roaming around. What kind of protection you give them? You give them the cell phone to call. But let them out there, they watch you there. Who would they call from? Loving devotees, the mother think right away. Her duty is to protect the child. But at that moment, it slipped the mind. But what she did, she chose to go back because there's negativities around. And when she went on her way, she found a danti, which means a stick. And it says that this is the only thing she had at that moment. And as she went by, loving devotees and friends, he gave that child that stick and says, "Oh little one, take the stick. And if anyone come here and you have my permission to use that stick to protect yourself." Today, you don't give your child protection, but you do what you tell them. Huh? That was a long time story. Loving devotees, the little child, that child listened to the mother and stood there firmly with the stick in his hand. And what happened? As she went back to take her bath, continue to take that bath, something else comes to the mind again. It is nice when you be by yourself, a lot of things will come to your mind. And what comes to her mind now? She says, you know what? I leave that child there, I give him a protection. But you know what? I did not feed that child. How much of you will leave your bring them home and you don't cook for them? You know what will happen to you? Meet me at the end, I'll tell you. What happened? At this moment, she says that I care for my little one and I have to go and get food. What she did? संत करे सेवा जय गणेश देवा. Everyone watch them together. You sing. जय गणेश जय गणेश. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा. लक्ष्मी पार्वती पिता देवा. At that moment, there wasn't a fridge, there was no food or pot and curry, but when she looked around, she saw a bowl with laddu and keho galagi sant kare seva. Seva means give. And she took that bowl of laddu and she went by and says, "Oh little one, take this, eat as much as you want, and what you don't want, keep it, because you will have to be here a long time. I want to enjoy this shower by myself. I want to enjoy this bath by myself." How much of you, when you go see Ghana, you stay here for a long time and enjoy the water? When you enjoy the water, it's a long time for Ghana, you got to go work, this is the food, that is food, right? The mother says, I want to enjoy, and I leave the responsibility in the hands of my child. Parents, do you have confidence in your child? I don't think so. Because if I tell you now that I will give your child a bucket to go fill a water cycle around this hour to bring a bucket of water for me, trust me, none will do that. You want to play Sabikatan, let's do a test. I don't tell anyone. You will see for yourself. Tell by the bearer Brahm. And if you go halfway, you'll remember the story where Brahma tell a lie. Loving devotees and friends. When our parents tell us we have to go to that place, they have confidence in us. They will send us alone. Now the big day is 12, 13, even 16-year-old. You have to hold your hands to cross the road. If you don't give your children responsibility, when they marry, you will have to mind them too. Does this sound familiar? Every time they have a problem, they will come to mom and dad. Loving devotees and friends. At this moment, the mother has confidence in that child. And she says, now, I will enjoy my love. Meanwhile, what happened? Bhagwan Shankar finished meditation and he is about to come to his house. These words. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Everyone? When we call upon God, we must call upon God like we want to call upon God. Tonight, the Lord chooses to go back. When you go to all the places, the playground, the fancy cinema, the mall, and now you have a hall and ball and everything, right? You will enjoy Kali, you will enjoy materialistic things. But at some point in time, you'll remember that, you know what? It is time for me to go back home. Sometime in the wedding house, they forget they gotta go home. Loving devotees, the Lord chose to go back to His Lord, to take action in Kailash. Now this moment, the little boy had a donkey in one hand, and he had the bowl of laddu in the other hand, and he just stood there. I want to ask you, you have nice fancy house here, I admire all of them. But let's say when you go back home tonight, somebody stand up in front of your gate and say, "Where you going?" Then you can hear how you call that. Who you go call upon? Huh? Loving devotees, Bhagwan Shankar went and he saw that little boy with the donkey stick in his hand and laddu, food. And he just stayed there. The Lord says, "O little one, who are you?" That little boy says, I have been placed here for performing my duty, but not answer a question. How does that sound? The Lord says that, who is your mother? My mother named Ma. You have asked a kid, what your mommy name? Your mommy named Ma. What your body name? Dada. Huh? What your grandmother name? Nani. You didn't hear that one? What your grandfather name? Nana Chari Agi. Right? But one should ask, who are you? It says, I'm not here to answer the question. Who is your mom? My mom named Ma. The first word will come out of a child is cell phone nowadays. Long ago, mom. Loving for these. But one should learn, and this reflects you. If you ask somebody a question one time and they don't answer you, you'll yell, you'll say the same thing again one more time, and they ignore you, you'll get upset. Am I right or wrong? You're talking by yourself, you're not people. Lovely bodies. The Lord says, if you don't speak to me today and answer my question, I'll be forced to get my answer. As a devotee of God, you should never make Bhagwan Shankar get upset or angry. Today, when puja is doing, everybody do their own thing. They forget to pay respect to puja. But it says that for such individual who disturb puja, you want to know the sin? I'll give Pandit Dino to tell you that one. Loving devotees, the Lord is starting to get a little frustrated. At this moment, the Lord called upon Nandi and says, Oh Nandi, I want you to move that little boy and put him aside. And Nandi, you know how he's small already, right? Nandi went in front of that little boy, and that little boy is like this, Nandi is like till the rooftop. What it teaches us, our problem is Nandi will be big, our self will be alone there. When you have trouble, who come in your house? You answer that question, I will with you. Loving devotees, that little boy stood firmly. It says that if you don't know to fight, stand up there brave and act like you know to fight. Never run away. Have you ever tried to run away from a dog? See what's going to happen. Wear red clothing and a cow drop, run. Don't know what happened. So Bhagwan Shiva instructed Nandi, which is huge, very large muscle. He went to gym. Nowadays, as I want to tell you, people are asking what you're doing, Pandit, to lose weight. Binu Satsangh Vivekana Hui. Tonight, while you're sitting there, your body is energizing, there is heat. Where there is heat, it burns calories. Long ago they call it yoga. Now what they call it? Puhar. You lie down, you do your own thing. Now they have gym, you're running, the air condition is blowing, you're paying for that. Tonight we have free satsang, we are burning free calories. And if you want to burn more calories, clap your hand and sing, you will see the difference. In no time, you can eat what you want. What your mind called for. You must never deprive your body from food. Loving devotees, it says that that little one stood there, and as Nandi about to snatch the hand of that little boy and push him away, what happened? He fell down. And you want to know, you know what? Sometimes we tell ourselves we're so strong, but when problem comes, we can't deal with them. Nandi says, you know what? I consider myself strong, but how can I not move this little boy? Remind me when you go funeral home and when you make bad with people. You cuss them and fight them when they're alive. And Panditji and all of us experience this. When that body lies in the casket, the dead man will teach you a lesson. When you go and pretend and do crocodile tears like shit, you know, Mantar. Raman. You pretend knock your head. It says, oh, take me now, that if that man get up and say, yes, come in, let me get out, you run for your life, you don't want to go. You pretend. It's not so. And when you go to lift the casket and you say, watch, I have power. What happened? 6, 7 could not lift the casket. And as soon as the person who that person is in the casket agree with and have a good relationship, it will only take a few to lift it. I used to build murti. The biggest one was 5.5 feet. And I was the only one moving that murti to build at that stage. When they came to pick it up, 6 big strong men. Loving devotees, what they do? They can't able to lift and put. I asked them, have you all keep fast to come and take this murti? What happened? No answer. Myself, my dad, and just one person more, 3 of us, lift it and put it into the candle. It says that is considered power, not how much weight you lift. So now Nandi have been taught a lesson that, I'm strong. But once Shiva sees, have faith in Nandi, but what happened? The Lord says, only one, if you're not going to move, I will make you move myself. But before I do that, he called upon his entire group. The entire group you just have about the house of Tak, Ramayana story. Ananji, 12 o'clock at night, right? So what happened? He called upon all of them, but they could not move that little boy. Bhagwan Shankar says, step aside and look, I will teach you a lesson. I'll move you myself. And as the Lord grabbed that little boy, what happened? That little boy took the danti, the stick, and he hit Bhagwan Shankar. Is there any one of you kids ever beat your mama and papa? Sometimes when kids are misbehaving, because we as parents, we don't spend time with them. Loving devotees. Sometimes we spend time with them, but we don't teach them the right thing. Sometimes we give them everything they want. So now, it's time to take risks. So lovely devotees and friends, this little boy hit Bhagwan Shiva. And at this moment, he did not answer. And what happened? The Lord get angry. Subha Subha De Shiva Kana Karne Bhamine Yeshuvata Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya. The boy chose to put his hand together. Pranam, Namaskar. When somebody do something wrong to you, how much of you forgive them? Not many, only a few. So lovely devotees, what happened? At this moment, the Lord took his Trishul. He was very upset and sent it to the direction of that little boy, and eventually the head of that child fell one direction and the body fell another direction. But one Shankar, he just walked away like nothing happened, and he went to his asana and continued to meditate. Loving devotees, how much of you perform mischief when you were a child and you know that you perform mischief but you do like nothing happened. This is how the Lord did tonight. He walked by and he went like nothing happened. He went to his asana. When we were a child, we do a lot of mischief. And the normal thing we will do as we grow up, you'll go in the myelothium or the sugar can, you'll open it, you'll take a spoon, if there's no spoon, you'll take your hand, you'll lick and enjoy. Remember? Makan and chur, Bhagwan Krishna, steal the dahi. And when you finish, you'll wipe your mouth like nothing happened, and you'll be in the same house, and mom will say, under myelothium, live on your life. They'll call your name and say, where did Milo is, or the sugar, or whatever, the condensed milk? You'll act like, you know nothing. Say, Ma, the ants fetch me out. You know, sometimes if they do something, that's how they walk. Dere, ants. Loving devotees, Bhagwan Shankar went. The mother finished the bath, enjoy, relaxing. It says when you feel stress, make sure you go and take a nice shower. When you're not in a stable position, make sure you go and take a nice relaxing bath. It's a form of therapy for the body. Water have energy. Loving devotees, he is very, very energized, very vibrant. You know, like just like when you take a bath, you go in front of the mirror, you tell me you are going to do it. The mother finished. She's coming out to look for who? Anybody knows? When you think they go on the street, nobody will play. When 6 o'clock reach, and then I come home, you will experience it's your duty to go and get them. Huh? Now they don't play ball, they're in the room playing games. You know where to get them. Loving devotees. Who is this mother? She is the mother. Durge, Durge, Jai Jai Ma. Durge, Jai Jai Ma. Let's Loving devotees, what happened? She started to cry and scream as loud as we scared to scream the name of God. And at that moment, it says that we should never make our wife or our mother angry, because when they start to cry with a guilty conscience, you will feel for them. You will eventually cry. How much of you go at a funeral home, and when the people start praying, you start praying too? They don't relate it to you. So at this moment, does she cry and scream because she wants to know who take the life of his child. But one Shankar is there, sit down in Kailash Parvat, and he act like nothing happened. He act like nothing happened. But at that moment, the scream of the mother pulled tension. He could not bear to sit down there and listen to the cry of that mother. Without any hesitation, he get up and he went to that divine mother and says, "Oh Parvati Devi, what happened? Why are you screaming?" You know, sometimes you see something happen, you act like you don't see, you find out now, investigate. You know? I don't know if I have much time, but I want to give you a little joke. You want to hear it? It says that everyone will leave their home at a specific time, and one car hit the donkey. Everyone was looking and formed a circle. And someone was all the way back there, and they want to know what happened. Why this line is so long? And they decide to play a trick because nobody gave him a break. He says that, "Can you allow me to go there? Can you let me be pass, please?" And he started to just and cry harder, pretend, and says, "I want to go here because the person who can knock down is my family." And everybody gave him a break. And he started to go there in less than 5 seconds, all the way in front. And when he went there, what he saw his family. Huh? Sometimes we tell lies to get away, but it brings embarrassment. So the Lord acted like he did not see or know anything, and says, "Oh Parvati, why are you crying? Why are you screaming? What happened?" Somebody get up in the night and screaming hard. What happened? Lovely devotees, the Lord looked at this divine mother, and it says that he could not bear to cry. He could not bear the looks of the appearance of the mother. And he says, "Oh Lord, I want to know who take the life of my child." But one Shankar smiled and says, "Don't worry, I'll bring the life back to your child." So now if you ask the gold chain, somebody come, "Don't worry man, I'll give you back the money for it." Right? Do you feel cool and calm? So the mother, from anger and crying, just keep what will happen. She become relaxed. She's waiting now for the Lord to create a miracle to bring that child back alive. Loving devotees, she went away and leave the Lord to perform his duty. But one Shankar called, summons the Gurus to go to the northern direction. For whoever first to see have a little child and they turn their back against that little child, take the head of that child and bring it back and give it to me. Tonight, you'll understand this chapter very carefully. Many of you, when you have a little child in the home, from time the little baby crying sleep, you'll turn the other side, turn your back against the child, and you'll go on your cell phone and you'll do your thing. It says long ago, the mother will hug that child. They will have that child pillow around and make sure they take care. At no point in time, a mother should turn their back against their child. Loving devotees, when they went to that direction with the instruction of Bhagwan Shiva, the first living creature they saw was an elephant. And what did they? The Lord permitted them to take the head and bring it back. So when they went back to Kailash, they gave the head of the elephant, the baby elephant, to Bhagwan Shiva. Bhagwan Shankar, he is the controller. He is the one who is the Paramatma. He can give and take. At this moment, he takes the life, he will give back the body life with the permission of Adi Shakti Durga Devi. What he did, he placed the head of the little elephant and that child, and that little boy get up and stood up there in front of everyone. So the Lord and everybody is happy. Loving devotees and friends, the Lord called upon the mother. Oh Devi, your son is alive. Come and take your son away. And when she rushed to that child from a distance, she saw something and she was not happy. When you do puja and something goes wrong and God unhappy, you know what will happen? What she saw at this moment, she gets very, very angry, loving devotees. Bhadrakali namo nityam sarveshati swarupani jagat shrishti jagat matar narayani namostute ab jago considered the form of Om Jayanti Mangala Kali. She took the form of Kali Mata. You know, sometimes you go nicely somewhere, and when you see a situation arise, if you're fair in complexion, you start to see the blood through the skin. Have that ever happened to you? You start to get dark, your appearance start to change. Loving devotees, at this moment, the mother changed from fair complexion, Jayanti Mangala Kali. And lovely devotees, at this moment, she is the one who represents the remover of darkness, evil in one's life. You don't have to be fair to look nice. You can be dark and look nice too, right? But sometimes people want black and use fair and lovely. Sometimes people want straight hair and tone up the hair. Sometimes people have black hair, they put gray hair nowadays. We don't satisfy with what we bless. Sometimes people get gray hair and they put black in it. God will look in your laugh and I will look them. Loving devotees, at this moment, it says, Kata says, we don't need to be fair or dressed up nice to look nice. A dark person who has a good heart will look nice in the eyes of God and His devotee. If you see somebody passing, you don't like them, you are not the devotee. So you know tonight who is the devotee in this katha, if you don't take back anything more. So, at this moment, Parvati Devi turned into Kali Mata. And it says that when she takes this form, everyone, they are very scared. By just hearing the name Kali, you get scared. Nobody wants to interfere with her. What she did, when she went into that form, she started to dance. Om Doom, 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 Durga, Om Doom, 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 Durga, Om Doom, 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 Durga, Om Doom, Doom, Durga, as she started to dance, the entire earth, the entire universe started to shake. And all the devatas get scared. And lovely devotees and friends, when they get scared, and I will ask the kids this, when you do something wrong, they will beat you and you'll go back home and you'll get double X. Loving devotees, at this moment, we should never make our mother and father upset. Parvati Devi was very upset in that form of Kali. Why? Do you know the reason why? I want you to tell me, why is she upset? She asked for the child to get what? God gave them. Do something. People ask you for something, you give them. But when you give them, they twist their mouth. Huh? They're not satisfied. It's not their expectation. Why is she upset? She upset to see that her son have a head out of an elephant. What comes to her mind? I cannot bear for people to laugh my son. Have you ever think like that before? Huh? I cannot bear for people to make mockery out of my son. These are what is in the mind of this baby. It says that millions of good you will do, but nobody will see that good. But do one bad now. Nowadays, when one pandit do wrong, the one will try to do good and get bad name. How was it to be a pandit? But I cannot refuse because people want to be served. And when you don't want to say no, you'll have to be whoever you want. Whoever they want you to be. A beggar, a servant, a priest, whatever, a singer. So lovely devotees and friends, I don't want to take up much time, but I want to reflect a little bit on your life. You know, a celebration is coming up, let's say an anniversary, and you want to, the wife will want to, dress up nice on this day to impress the husband. She will choose to go to the best salon and try to do some makeover in the body. She will go to the salon and then she will sit there for hours to tone the hair and do all kind of things. And when that wife go home, the husband coming and did not say happy anniversary, he started to get upset. Walked in, probably you're not a woman. You don't remember the anniversary? I don't remember my anniversary as a properly. Because I have more better things to remember the anniversary. So when the husband walking and did not say happy anniversary, the wife get angry. And make it worse, I went to spend money, not her money, the man's money, and go to the salon, Tony up in here. And even though he didn't pay attention to me, something is wrong. So what will happen? And that day, the wife will stay calm. Forget about everything. And the next day, they'll go with a good bella. And it says to the husband that, you know what? Yesterday was our anniversary. You're walking like a man. How you supposed to act like? These are the words we say, right? You're walking like a man and you don't say happy anniversary. I went and looked at my hair now. Look at the difference. The husband looked like she looked crazy. What is she? I spent so much hours doing this for you and you did not appreciate it. And she would express her emotion. Loving devotees and friends, it says that a husband does not want to know how the wife looks. He wants to know how the food is in the body. Once the belly full and energy, he will love you with his entire brain, heart, body, whatever. So if you don't know the book, tonight you know why your husband don't like you. So Parvati Devi became mad or upset, and by seeing that, she was wondering to know what will happen when that little boy go wrong. People will make mockery out of him, and all the devatas saw the mother was very upset. The mother says to Shiva that, "Oh Lord, I'm very disappointed because by seeing the head of the elephant, everyone will laugh at my son. You hurt me, you caused me pain." Loving devotees, all the devatas went to. It says that when husband and wife will talk and things not like, they'll go somewhere else. Where they go? They go on Facebook and they post it out to the world now. Long ago it says that they will choose to call both parents, both sides, and they will have a congregation. How do people talk long ago? When they have a meeting or get together, how people talk? When you go to wake house, how do you sit long ago and sing? Now you sit like playground. You know? It says that when you sit down in a circle, remember the kata tonight when I begin? If you're speaking to someone, they're not looking at you. You know what happened there? So it says that while they're singing bhajan or having conversation, they force one another to look at one another. So, by doing that, they will gather both parents and they will have a discussion to see what is the problem. And eventually, they cannot make up. The parents will find a solution and they will say, look, whatever done, forget. I go back home and live happy. I don't marry already. They wouldn't say, you know what, stay at the house, hear the phone call, left a man, woman there, take them. They wouldn't say that, right? They will sit down and they will find out because story have one side. You know, they call it, they have both sides for class. Story have both sides, you have to listen. Sometimes we jump into the conclusion by listening to one person. What the devil does is they put their hands together and they went to no other. If there is no peace between the husband and wife, therefore the village, therefore the congregation, therefore the satsangh, everyone will bring peace today. Loving devotees, what did they? They went down and they prayed, they sing, and they sing glories to this mother. What this says? Ma Parvati, Ma Mangalare, Nandi Prini Karatera. Ma Parvati, Ma Mangalare, Nandi Prini Karatera. Now Karman Kome, Shivani Karumatera, Jai Maheshwar, Jai Jai Maheshwar, Jai Maheshwar, Jai Jai Maheshwar. Brij Parvat Samira Parvo, इसमें अटूट श्रद्धा हो, ये भक्ति भाव से आकर है इसमें श्रद्धा हो। ब्रिज पर्वत सौम्य पर्वो, इसमें अटूट श्रद्धा हो, ये भक्ति भाव से आकर है इसमें श्रद्धा हो। जब तक है तन में sometimes we tell ourselves we're a king, but when prophecy comes, it forces us to remind ourselves that we are a beggar. So as she took the form of Kali, they praised her as Ma Parvati. At this moment, she remembered her true form. All the devatas, they put their hands together and say, Ma, as you're upset with the head of the elephant, today we all will bless your son to be Pratama Puj. What that means? From this day and beyond, in every puja, every sanskar, your son name will have to call. Om Gyaan Mudganadisetam Kapita Jambu Falachak. Boyu Ganapati Gauri Puja. So lovely devotees, he has blessed with that. He says that they will worship you. And that is not all. He will be Viganation, which means the remover of obstacles. Every Hindu should have an image or a picture in front of their cell phone, screensaver, whatever else. I want to tell you here tonight, you put all kind of fancy picture in your phone. You eat all kind of thing and you hold your phone. Sometimes you put your phone there, people jump in. It says that when you jump dantal and drum and harmonium, you're jumping Goddess Saraswati. Long ago when you walk on a book, the old people take dantal and hit to your head. Now they get old people. now forget, right? How about it, Tonyo? Loving devotees, it says that at the door mouth, that is what the night cup tells. At the door mouth, everyone will put this image which represents the remover of obstacles, because that is what he blessed with today. He will be called Lambudara, the Lord of the universe. The mother started to understand, and it says that in her mind she understands this, but sometimes we know for a fact when we bless as a priest or a person who is living a respectable life, when people have this mind that call, can you help me? I will say ordinary mind. When they have ordinary mind, they will make mockery out of anything. Puja, pundits, singing, everything they will find a problem with. It says that today only ordinary mind will laugh at your child, but a person who is considered as an intelligent person who blessed with Gyaan will recognize him, because this is what he blessed him. And at that moment, the mother realized, and she, by hearing this, she started to become calm. Lord Shiva says that today, as she resumed back into the form of Parvati Mata, it says that, but one Shankar says that before everyone start to worship this Lord, they have to give him a name. It says that the Lord says from today, the entire group will worship and praise you, and your name will be no other than, when they will sing your glories and your chant, in conclusion of that here tonight, the name that has been given. Deva Ganapati Deva Ganapati Deva Ganapati Deva Deva Deva